here you can see the OAuth flow. So in OAuth flow, what happened? We basically this is a bank API. This is my application, and let's suppose that I wanted to get some information from the bank. So bank has to send a request with some consumer key and consumer secret. That key and secret will be provided by the bank, and you have to send that request to the OAuth server, and that OAuth server will provide you the access token. Once you will get the access token, you have to again send a request. Your system will again send the request to the resource server, and that resource server will provide you the data that you wanted to fetch. This is how OAuth 2 work. But this is one of the common kind of authentication type. This is what I can say, and it's very important. You should work on the OAuth. This is what I can say. Apart from that, we have JWT token as well. If you wanted to understand that, I can make a separate video on this. Moving forward, so how to make a outbound request now? So first of all, you have to go to the name credentials. You have to give the name of the name credentials. You have to put the URL. You have to choose authentication type. You have to provide the credentials. You have to save your name credentials. This is how I have showed you. And then you have to write down this kind of code. Okay, you had to make HTTP request the new variable, and then you have to set the endpoint. Endpoint will be coming from the name credentials, and what type of authentication you have used. All the credentials will be come here to your class. You have to use a method. If you wanted to get the data, you have to use get. If you wanted to insert the data, then you have to use post and put, and then you have to send the request. Okay. Yes. What are the benefits? What are the benefits of? And I think this is for the name credential, right? I already discussed. This is a duplicate PDF. Yeah, now we've discussed the outbound integration, right? We have to use the name credential for outbound integration, but if you want to do inbound integration, how you can do that? So for inbound integration, we use connected app, and connected app gives you client ID and client secret. So when we were hitting third-party system, the third-party system was giving client ID and client secret, right? But now third-party system wants to hit Salesforce, which is called inbound integration, right? Another system is sending request to Salesforce. So we have to provide some password so that we can identify if someone is coming with that password, we will allow them to access the Salesforce data. And how we can create those client ID, client secret, consumer key, consumer secret through connected app. Connected app is very important. So how you can see the connected app, you have to go to manager, and then here you can create your new connected app. So you can see one I already created here. Maybe if I can show you, it's not there in this environment. Maybe I have to go and check the another. Yeah, I can show you here. So here you will be able to see one connected app that I created for one type of integration. So I have to go to setup and connected app. So here connected app, and if I go to, I should search app manager, and here inside the app manager you will be able to see my connected app. And if I scroll down, you can see community org health monitor. This is my connected app, and if I click this and click view, and once you will click this create your connected app, it will give you the consumer key and consumer secret. And this consumer key and consumer secret you have to provide to a third-party system. You have to fill all the information, name of the connected app. You have to provide the callback URL, and then you have to click this consumer key and consumer secret. And this consumer key and consumer secret you have to provide to your third-party system. So how does it work? Inbound integration, you have to provide the permission from Salesforce. How you will provide the permission from the Salesforce to the third-party system? Through connected app. Okay, and then they will send the request, and then whenever the third-party system will send a request, then you have to process. Salesforce has to process that request, provide the 200 or 400 based on the configuration you have done within the Salesforce. So the simple step is that you have to go to the app, you have to create a connected app. Connected app will give you client ID and client secret. This client ID, client secret, or consumer key, consumer secret, you have to share with the third-party system. And then that third-party system will use this path, this path. If they are, let's suppose they do wanted to insert some data within the Salesforce, what they have to do, they have to use this base URL, use services, data, object, and they have to use the name of the object where they want to insert the data. Okay, and once they will send the request, now Salesforce has to handle that. How Salesforce will handle that? For that, you can create a class like this. You have to create a class with annotation, rest resourceful. This is very important interview question. Sometimes interviewer asks this question to you. If you're doing inbound request, then how Salesforce can handle that inbound request? So first of all, whenever you write down a class, you should use this @rest resourceful. at the rate REST resource, and in the method you have to use HTTP GET or HTTP POST. If someone is wants to fetch the data from account object, then use GET. If someone wants to insert, use POST, and then based on that you have to provide the response, return the response. Okay. If you wanted to do hit integration procedure in OmniStudio, we have integration procedure, right? If a third party system wants to send a request to integration procedure, then how you can handle it? So it's very simple. You have to create the connected app. Connected app will give you client ID, client secret. The third party system has to hit the Salesforce client ID and client secret, and they have to build their URL like this. This is the company instance. What is the company instance? Company instance is nothing but this. This is a company instance, and then you have to provide company instance services. Apex rest will be same. This is the namespace of your OmniStudio environment, and then you have to use integration procedure, and then you have to provide the name of integration procedure. I have done one use case of POC in this video. So you can see I use the workbench, I use the URL in the workbench to get the data from integration procedure. And you can see I built the same URL integration procedure name. This is the namespace, and I provided the name of integration procedure. If you wanted to do the hands-on, you can watch this video. And that's it. Maybe I will make a new video on the integration procedure with some kind of hands-on where we'll be using some authentication process like OAuth 2 or Joe token. Stay tuned and please subscribe the channel. Thank you, and please give me the feedback if you want me to cover some other topics as well.